Hi my loves, if you're new here, I'm Ebose and I make content about lifestyle, education and basically self-help. So you can subscribe if you want to see more of my content. So obviously if you clicked on this video, you probably need help studying, or you just need like a boost, or I don't know, you just want to learn. So I'm going to be giving you 10 tips plus 3 bonus tips, basically 13 tips to help you study better. Also, if you watch my past videos, you know that I'm not someone that study 24/7, but I started implementing these things and studying just became a whole lot easier for me, if you get what I mean. So the first step I'm going to give you is know what time works for you. Because let me say you're a morning person, right? Read in the morning. Like if you know your energy builds up in the morning, like you are happy when you wake up, like you want to be productive in the morning, read in the morning. Because let's say all your roommates are reading at night, and then you're like, oh, let me read at night because they're reading at night, or like the typical time that people read is at night. You're not going to read, like you're not studying, you're just wasting your time, because you're meant to choose the time that works best for you. Some people will read in the afternoons. If that is what works for them, that's fine, that's good, it works for them. I read in the morning. Like I'm a morning person. I love waking up and I'm productive, like everything is good. So yeah, I'm a morning person. I never force myself to read at night, because all my roommates now, they read at night, they are active at night, whatever. Like I sleep at night. I prioritize my sleep at night, or like I don't know, I do something else. But use the time that works best for you. The second step sounds very it can sound difficult depending on the way you look at it, but read at the beginning of the semester. If possible, read before the semester starts, because when they drop the course outline, or you know the courses you're going to be taking for that semester, whatever you pick, start studying. Like you don't have to do like extensive study, like, oh my god, I'm going to finish the whole semester before I get to school, I'm going to finish the whole semester in a week. No, that's not what I'm asking you to do. Just like get the basics of the course. It's like let's say I'm doing a photography course. I could just, and I'm seeing like the topics we're going to take, I could just like check for little summaries online and just read on that. Like it's going to help, like it's going to, should I say, broaden your knowledge on that topic. And just when they're talking in class or they give you assignments, technically you're already a step ahead, because you already knew this before they taught you in class. And I feel like it would give you more motivation to read ahead, or just get your assignments done faster and things like that. I don't know if it works for you, but it works for me. And as much as possible, I always try to read in the first 2 weeks of school. The third tip is set timers for yourself. It's like, if you are new to studying, because believe it or not, people don't study. Like people excel in exams without studying. But if you know you need to study, and like you're, should I say, bad at studying, you can set timers. Like set a 15 minutes timer now, let me say, to read like 4 pages. That's fine. You've read in a day, like you've tried. Like set timers that work with you. If you are someone that has like little attention span, you set a timer for 15 minutes of studying. You have to complete that 15 minutes. Let me say you set a timer, you are true to yourself, you're like, I will study for 15 minutes every day. Eventually it will become a habit and you get used to it, and eventually you would want to elongate that time. Like you start studying for 20 minutes, then 30, then 40, then 50, then an hour, then 2 hours. I'm not saying you should burn yourself out, but you can start small, set tiny timers. Those timers basically they basically work as a, what's the word, as a goal. Yes, like a goal check. Like once the timer is done, you are done with your goal. If you get what I'm saying, jot things down. I feel like that's such an obvious step, but when reading, you can always jot things down. Like it is best because once you read and you've gotten some things in there, just write little summaries, like in a notebook, like in your journal, in your study book, whatever. Like write the little summaries that you can remember. Don't be scared to ask for help, because I see this a lot. It's like, you want to be better in school, you want to study better, but then you are so scared to ask for help, like for tutors or anything like that. Like, don't be shy, don't be scared. Like, no one is going to kill you if you ask for help. It's like, a really smart person in your class, ask the person like, oh, could you tutor me for this thing, or could you explain this topic to me? What is the worst that can happen? They will tell you no. Okay. And obviously they have that reason for saying no. If someone doesn't want to tutor you because they just feel like, the fuck, why am I tutoring? That's their business. They're a terrible person. But if they know they have the time, strength, whatever, just meet them. And obviously it's not just one person. There are multiple smart people in a class. You can ask anybody else. Ask questions in class. Like, just don't be scared to ask questions, because even though I find it annoying sometimes when the lecturer, let me say, talks blah blah blah, and he's like, oh, does everybody get what I'm saying? Are there any questions? You have a question. Why are you holding your hand? Like, why are you keeping it to yourself? Because the truth is that you may not get your answer to that question, so ask it. What the other people in class, what would they say? Oh, when you're asking questions, they're keeping us here, blah 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 blah. At the end of the day, you are gaining something. It's your knowledge, and they are gaining something too. Some of them may have even wanted to ask the question you wanted to ask, but because of fear, they didn't want to ask that. So stop being scared and ask your questions. Meet the people that you want to help you. Don't be shy. No one is biting you. Use artificial intelligence. Now, I'm not saying use AI for your assignments or for your papers or for your presentations. I'm just saying, like, when you're reading, AI is so helpful. Like, AI literally helps me read. Like, if I'm reading a particular topic and let me say there's a section I don't understand, and at the moment there's no one I can ask to explain, or no one around me actually knows it, obviously I'm not in contact with the lecturer that I'll call them and, oh, please explain this, blah blah blah. It's university, no one has strength for that shit. Anyways, I can always just like put in your question, put in the topic, write in your AI, please summarize this for me, or please explain it in simple man term, or whatever. Like, AI is useful for a lot of things, but it's also useful for your studying. Like, take advantage of that. Like, other generations didn't have this advantage, so take advantage and use your AI for something meaningful. Don't force yourself to read. And I know that can like sound that can be contradicting or whatever, but like, don't ever force yourself to read, because when you force yourself, you're just going to have a bad relationship with studying. Like, you are not going to be happy when you're studying, because like, you're forcing yourself. You're like, do I even want to read? But I have to read. You're getting like a negative idea from studying. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, if you don't want to read at that point, don't read. I mean, like, if you don't want to read at a certain time, don't feel pressured or forced to read, because it's like saying exam is coming, but like, even though you need to read, don't force yourself. Like, don't burn yourself out saying, oh my god, I need to complete this, which relates to the first step. Start reading at the beginning of the semester, and even though you don't feel like it, set timers. All these tiny tips are going to help you, so you don't end up forcing yourself to study, because most people end up forcing themselves to study and they don't actually learn anything at the end of the day. So I don't know. Eat. Please eat. Eat before studying. Like, imagine you are studying something like math or physics. Me, let me tell you something. I don't know math. I'm a mass communication student. I shine in writing. I shine in talking. I shine in anything other than calculations. So you are doing a subject like math, physics, chemistry, I don't know, all these subjects that have, and then you are hungry. The math is eating your brain, your stomach is rumbling too. Do you want to kill yourself? That's just another tip. Like, always eat before you read. You don't have to like eat a lot before you start reading, but try not to be hungry when you're reading, because if you're hungry and you're trying to read, like, it's just not going to work out. Put your phone off or put your phone on DND, because let me tell you, I'm the type of person that like before, not now, because I have more self-control and all of that, but if I should have my phone like on and I'm seeing like text, or let me say there are just some things I need to reply to, I would reply to them at that time. So your reading time, just take it as part of your personal time that nobody needs to interrupt, if you understand what I mean. So you put your phone off, or put it on DND. Yeah, like anytime I'm reading, I always put my phone on airplane mode. Anybody that wants to call me, I'm so sorry, you're not going to reach me. Anybody that's texting me, they're not going to reach me. Because, and also I stay plugged when I'm reading. I'm going to talk about that later, but it's just always good not to have a distraction like with you. And even though you have enough self-control, whatever, that you won't be with your phone, it's just better to stay on the safe side, because you can say, oh, let me check this thing, and then you end up opening TikTok or Instagram and, oh my god, this is so funny, and you keep scrolling, and like that's how you're going to waste your time, and you don't end up doing anything productive, and then you just go back to where you started from. The last tip, revise what you learned, because revision helps a lot. Like, you don't have to revise by yourself, you can revise with people. I'm not usually the type of person to read or study with others, but if that is what works for you, then it works for you, that's fine. But revise what you learned, because every single thing that you have read, that they've taught you, that you've watched, is always good to just go back and say, oh, what did I actually learn? It also goes with jotting down what you're studying, because I don't know, it just helps with your revision. Yeah. So some of the bonus tips that I would like to talk about, mind you, these 10 tips are so important. If you really want to start, if you really want to level up your studying game, implement these 10 tips that I just talked about, and trust me, you start getting A's like water, like it's easy. And yeah, okay, so the bonus tips that I want to discuss, it doesn't necessarily work with everybody, but these are just some things that I do too, and it helps me. Studying with music actually helps me a lot. There are some people that like absolute quiet, or if I was reading with absolute quiet, like I can hear a pin drop, I would hate it, and I don't think I would know anything that I'm reading. But if that's what works for you, that's fine, it works for you. Me, on the other hand, I can't do that. I really can't do that. I have to listen to something, I have to vibe to something, not necessarily something that will make me jump and start dancing, but maybe just instrumentals or something of that sort. And if you're looking for a study playlist, I'm going to link one down below, because I have a study playlist on Spotify, and you can always read with that. I'll put them in the description below. So yeah, another tip is have a good place to study. I feel like I can study anywhere. I can study in the middle of class, I can study if I'm outside at a restaurant, I can study in the classroom, but that doesn't work for everybody. I can study on my bed. There are some people that they can't do that. Like once they sit on their bed to study, they're going to sleep or they're going to be distracted. Find a place that works for you. If you know going outside, going to the classroom works for you, then read in the classroom. If going to like a reading room, because in my hall we have reading rooms, if going to a reading room works for you, you go to the reading room. If the library works for you, go to the library. I can't do libraries, guys, because I don't like when a place is too quiet. It's just scary. It's like I'm in a horror movie. It's like the quiet place. Like, why is everywhere so fucking quiet? Anyways, yeah, another tip. If you're new, like you're a beginner studying, or try and study 2 times a week. You know, like for people that, let me say, that study really good, sometimes they don't even need to, they can just study once in a month and they would like get all the coursework, all the things that they need. But I feel like if you are just starting, start with studying 2 times a week, maybe like for an hour, because it will help build a routine, it will help build a habit, and I don't know, it will just like improve your school life, your studying life so much. Okay. Also, I would like to give a special shout out to Tees Abode for sponsoring this video. If you like comfortable t-shirts like this, they come in multiple colors, any color you want, you can get them from Tees Abode. If you know you want to get a lot of t-shirts in bulk, you can get them from Tees Abode. And I mean, you're a student, you just want something you can throw on, something comfortable that's not too much, too little. You can get your comfortable t-shirts at any size at Tees Abode. Thank you for sponsoring this video. And with that, I come to the end of this video. I don't know if that was grammatically correct. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe to my channel. And I hope this actually helped you like with your studying. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Mwah.